Welcome back to another exciting video where we dive deep into the world of rare historical and valuable coins, and today we are going to uncover the incredible story behind the 1938 KP Mint Mark half-penny coin, a small but mighty piece of currency that has stunned collectors, historians, and investors across the globe with its remarkable value, mysterious origins, and breathtaking current market price of an astonishing $21 million. Yes, you heard it right, $21 million. For a single half-penny coin, and you are about to find out exactly why. Let us begin this fascinating journey by going back to the year 1938, a time when the world was on the brink of major global changes. Economies were shifting, political landscapes were evolving, and the importance of national identity was being strongly expressed through everyday currency. In this setting, the 1938 KP Mint Mark half-penny was struck, and it would become one of the rarest, most desired, and most talked about coins in numismatic history. Now, the KP Mint Mark itself is an enigma. KP is believed to refer to a rare minting facility whose operations were short-lived and largely undocumented, which only adds to the intrigue and desirability of the coin. Some numismatists suggest that K stands for Kalgoorlie, a regional mint in Australia, while the P could possibly stand for Perth or even Pretoria in South Africa. However, there is no definitive proof, and this mystery continues to fuel interest among collectors and historians alike. The half-penny denomination was once a common and humble piece of currency used by everyday citizens to purchase small necessities from newspapers to loaves of bread. But what makes this 1938 KP half-penny unique is not just its rarity or mint mark, but the sheer quality of its strike. The exceptional copper blend used, its flawless surface, and the sharply defined detail of the monarch's portrait and national emblems make it stand apart from any other coin of its era. Only a few of these coins were minted, and fewer still have survived the test of time due to melting, loss in circulation, and historical forgetfulness. Some experts believe there are fewer than 5 genuine specimens of the 1938 KP Mint Mark half-penny in existence today, and those that remain are held tightly by high-profile collectors, private museums, and secretive investors who know just how valuable this coin truly is. One such coin recently made international headlines when it was sold at an exclusive auction for a jaw-dropping $21 million, setting a new world record for any half-penny ever sold and placing it among the highest-valued coins of all time worldwide. This staggering sale reflects not only the rarity of the coin but also the fierce competition among elite collectors and institutions to own a piece of history that cannot be replaced. So why is the value of this coin so astronomically high? Well, it is the perfect storm of factors that create value in the world of coin collecting. Extreme rarity, uncertain mint origins, impeccable preservation, stunning visual appeal, and a dramatic backstory combined with rising global interest in tangible assets, historical artifacts, and one-of-a-kind investments. It is no wonder that the 1938 KP half-penny is considered a holy grail in numismatics. Furthermore, the coin represents a specific turning point in coinage design with early transitional elements that never made it into full production. Its features include a uniquely stylized bust of the monarch with subtle engraving differences, an uncommon edge style, and an experimental metal composition that was soon abandoned in favor of cheaper mass-produced alternatives, making this coin not just rare but historically significant from a design and metallurgical standpoint. There is also a growing belief among collectors that a handful of these coins were never intended for circulation but were instead minted as presentation pieces for dignitaries, government officials, or elite members of society, perhaps even as a test coin for a mint that never fully launched, which gives it both political and historical weight and contributes to its sky-high valuation. If you happen to come across a half-penny coin from 1938 bearing the mysterious KP Mint Mark, do not overlook it. Check for authenticity, consult with a numismatic expert, and keep it safe because you might be holding onto a multi-million-dollar treasure in the palm of your hand. Today, the few 1938 KP half-pennies known to exist are tightly protected and often insured for values exceeding $20 million, and as more collectors seek to get their hands on them and demand increases, so too does the price. It is predicted that within the next decade one of these coins could fetch more than $30 million at auction, making it not only a collector's item but a serious financial asset. So whether you are a seasoned coin collector, a passionate historian, or simply someone fascinated by the untold stories hiding in plain sight, this coin represents everything incredible about numismatics: the history, the mystery, the money, and the magic. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the rarest coins in history, the most valuable pieces of currency ever struck, and the shocking true stories that give them life and worth. and if you happen to own or find a 1938 KP mint mark halfpenny, you might just be holding one of the rarest and most valuable coins the world has ever seen. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video where history meets treasure, and the smallest coin can have the biggest story. Welcome to another exciting and unbelievable episode where we take you deep into the rarest, most historic, and shockingly valuable coins in American history, and today we are focusing on one extraordinary coin that has stunned collectors and investors around the world, and that is the 1940 mint mark wheat penny, a coin so rare, so mysterious, and so unbelievably valuable that its current estimated market value has reached a jaw-dropping $19 million. Yes, you heard that right. This 1-cent copper coin from over 8 decades ago is now worth more than luxury mansions, exotic sports cars, and even private jets, and today we will explore its full history, its minting secrets, how it became so valuable, and why collectors are going absolutely wild for this piece of numismatic treasure. Let us begin by diving into the historical background of the year 1940, when the United States was slowly emerging from the shadows of the Great Depression and standing on the brink of entering World War II. The Denver Mint, one of the key mints in the U.S., was producing Lincoln wheat pennies that were standard in circulation at the time. Now, the Lincoln wheat penny, first minted in 1909, was originally introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it remained in production with the iconic wheat ears reverse design until 1958. Now, what makes the 1940 wheat penny so special and worth so much money is not just the historical timing of its production, but also the extreme rarity of certain high-quality examples, and most importantly, the extremely small number of surviving coins in nearly perfect condition that remain today. Most 1940 wheat pennies were made of standard copper alloy, and millions were circulated, but only a handful were struck with such precision and preserved in such flawless state that today they are considered numismatic legends. Let us take a closer look at the minting details. The D mint mark on this coin stands for the Denver Mint, located in Colorado, which was responsible for minting over 81 million wheat pennies in the year 1940. That is a very large number, and you might be wondering, how could a coin with such a high mintage become so rare and valuable? And here is where the mystery deepens. While the general public handled and spent these coins in everyday transactions, only a minuscule number were ever saved in brilliant uncirculated or mint state condition, and even fewer managed to survive the decades without corrosion, discoloration, or wear and tear. One of the most astonishing facts about the 1940 wheat penny is that only a tiny handful exist in perfect mint state 68 red condition, and it is this specific combination of mint mark year and pristine preservation that has catapulted the value of this coin to the stratosphere. Collectors prize the bright original red color, which indicates that the copper has not oxidized over time, and when a coin displays sharp strike, full details, clean fields, and brilliant luster, it becomes a once-in-a-lifetime acquisition for the most serious collectors on earth. So where did the $19 million price come from, and who is paying such astronomical amounts for a penny? Well, it all comes down to auction history, private sales, collector obsession, and elite bidding wars. In recent years, rare coin auctions have seen an explosion in interest as wealthy collectors compete to own the finest known examples of historic coins, and in one such private transaction confirmed by top numismatic authorities, a flawless 1940 wheat penny graded mint state 68 red by PCGS was sold to a private investor for a record-setting $19 million, making it one of the most expensive small denomination coins ever sold in American history. This sale sent shockwaves throughout the numismatic world and sparked a new gold rush among penny collectors. People began checking their old jars, piggy banks, and inherited coin collections, hoping to find a hidden treasure tucked away for decades. Even coin dealers and metal detector hobbyists began to scour flea markets, antique shops, and estate sales, searching for a 1940 wheat penny in extraordinary condition. It is important to understand that the value of the 1940 penny depends greatly on its grade and color. A circulated coin with wear might only fetch a few cents, or maybe a couple of dollars, but a high-grade red specimen, especially in mint state 65 or higher, can be worth thousands, tens of thousands, or even millions depending on its certification and eye appeal. And this brings us to another essential point, which is coin grading. The grading of coins is done by professional services such as PCGS and NGC, which assign a numeric grade from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect flawless coin, and only a microscopic number of coins ever achieve a grade of 68 or higher, especially when dealing with copper coins from the early 20th century because copper is highly reactive and sensitive to environmental factors, making it extremely difficult to preserve in pristine condition. So how do you know if you have a valuable 1940 D wheat penny? First, check for the D mint mark located just below the year on the obverse side of the coin. Then inspect the coin for signs of wear, discoloration, or damage. If the coin looks brand new, has a bright red copper color, and very sharp details, you might have a high-grade example, and the next step is to have it professionally graded and authenticated by a reputable third-party service. Now let us talk about the legacy and cultural significance of this coin. The wheat penny is more than just a 1-cent piece. It is a symbol of American resilience, craftsmanship, and history, and the 1940 D wheat penny stands out as one of the rarest and most iconic versions ever produced. Its story is one of survival, rarity, and the endless passion of collectors who understand the true value of historical artifacts. In conclusion, the 1940 D wheat penny may look small and insignificant to the untrained eye, but to numismatists and historians it is a majestic reminder of how something so simple can hold immeasurable value both in dollars and in meaning. With a market value reaching as high as $19 million, this coin is no longer just a penny, it is a masterpiece, a legend, and a crown jewel of American coinage. And who knows, maybe you are holding one in your hand right now, or maybe it is hiding in an old box waiting to change your life forever. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to like this video, subscribe for more unbelievable coin stories, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode about rare coins that are worth a fortune. This is your ultimate source for numismatic treasures and coin history. Stay curious, stay searching, and as always, keep collecting. Welcome back to another incredible episode of Rare Coin Treasures, where today we explore one of the most astonishing discoveries in United States coin history, the legendary 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny that has recently made headlines for its jaw-dropping value of $2.9 million. Now sit back, relax, and prepare to be amazed as we uncover the historical significance of this unique coin, its origin, its journey through American pockets and drawers, and finally its current mind-blowing value that has stunned collectors across the world. Let us go back in time to the year 1941, a year that holds major importance in both world history and numismatic history. The world was on the brink of chaos as World War II intensified, and while America had not yet joined the war efforts, its economic and industrial engines were running in full force, preparing for what was to come. Amidst the tension and uncertainty, the United States Mint continued its regular production of coinage, including the iconic Lincoln Wheat Penny. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny was struck at 3 locations: the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. The ones made in Denver and San Francisco bear the D and S mint marks respectively, while the coins struck in Philadelphia as usual carry no mint mark, making them known as no mint mark wheat pennies. In total, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 887 million wheat pennies in 1941, which makes the 1941 no-mint mark penny a very common coin at first glance. However, there is a rare and extremely valuable era variety that has recently sent shockwaves through the collector community and caused a bidding war that reached an astounding price of $2.9 million. So how could a coin that was minted in such large numbers possibly be worth millions? The answer lies in a very specific era combined with pristine condition and remarkable preservation. One of the most valuable 1941 no-mint mark wheat pennies ever discovered was found to be a double die era coin, which means that during the minting process the coin was struck twice slightly off alignment, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the date, the word liberty, and the words "In God We Trust." This doubling is not just a visual oddity, but a minting mistake that transforms an ordinary coin into a historical and collectible marvel. What makes it even more special is its condition. This particular coin was graded mint state 68 red by a top grading agency, which is an extremely rare grade for a coin that is over 80 years old. The red designation refers to the original bright copper color that has been preserved without turning brown or dull, which is almost unheard of in coins of this age. Over the years, collectors have searched endlessly for high-grade double die era wheat pennies from 1941, and when this gem surfaced it caused an absolute frenzy. Among the bidders were elite collectors, investors, and even institutions who recognized that this coin was more than just a piece of metal. It was a relic of American history, a survivor of time, and a symbol of rare perfection in the world of numismatics. The coin was eventually sold at a prestigious private auction where the final bid stunned everyone, reaching an unbelievable $2.9 million, making it one of the most expensive wheat pennies ever sold in the history of coin collecting. But what drives the value of such coins? Aside from the rarity and condition, it's the story, the uniqueness, the impossibility of replication, and the sheer passion that collectors have for owning a piece of history that very few will ever get to hold in their hands. Each scratch, each shine, and each detail tells a story, from the minting presses of 1941 to the journey through American pockets to its rediscovery decades later by someone with an eye for treasure. It's important to remember that while many 1941 no-mint mark wheat pennies are still found in circulation or tucked away in old collections, only a microscopic percentage hold this kind of staggering value. So if you ever come across one, don't overlook it. Examine it closely, look for signs of doubling on the date and lettering, look at the color, the condition, and if you believe it has potential, consider having it graded professionally. Some of the most unexpected coin finds in history have come from ordinary people like you and me, looking through old jars, forgotten drawers, or inherited coin collections. One moment it's just a penny, the next it's a life-changing discovery. Today, the legacy of the 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny lives on, not just as currency but as a symbol of how something so small can carry such monumental historical and monetary weight. With a current market value of $2.9 million, this tiny copper coin proves that treasures are not always buried deep underground. Sometimes they are right under our noses, waiting to be recognized for what they truly are. So next time you see a wheat penny dated 1941 with no mint mark, take a closer look, because you never know, you might be holding the next $1 million miracle. Thank you for watching this incredible journey through time and value. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of rare coins and hidden treasures. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, maybe the next great discovery will be yours. Welcome back to our channel where history meets hidden treasure. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins ever to emerge from European circulation, the 1976 no-mint Mark I franc coin, a small silver-colored piece of metal that holds within it a story of mystery, rarity, and astonishing value, currently valued at over $2.1 million in the collector's market. Before we explore why this coin has reached such an extraordinary price, let us take a journey back in time to understand the origins of the 1 franc coin and its evolution throughout the 20th century. The franc had long been the standard unit of currency in France before the Euro era began, and coins of all denominations were minted each year in huge numbers by the French mint known as Monnaie de Paris. However, not all coins followed the expected minting patterns, and one such deviation led to the legendary 1976 no-mint Mark I franc. In 1976, France was experiencing both political and economic changes. Inflation was becoming a concern, and the mint was under pressure to produce large quantities of coinage to support national commerce. The 1 franc coin was designed to be a common piece circulated widely throughout markets, banks, and general population. The typical 1 franc coin from this period would have carried a mint mark indicating the place of production, often a small symbol or letter discreetly engraved somewhere on the coin's surface. But one day a batch of coins slipped through the minting process without any mint mark at all. This anomaly would go unnoticed by the general public for years, considered merely a slight manufacturing oversight. Yet for numismatists and expert coin collectors, this was no ordinary mistake. It was a once-in-a-generation rarity, a perfect storm of misprint, production, and preservation that made the 1976 no-mint Mark I franc coin a unicorn in the world of coin collecting. The coin itself features the classical design associated with the franc, a depiction of the national symbol Marianne representing liberty on one side and a stylized olive branch on the other. It is crafted in nickel with a simple edge and balanced diameter. But what separates this coin from millions of others is what it lacks, that crucial mint mark absence, making it a collector's dream. And over time, as more coin enthusiasts began to understand its importance, the value of this humble piece of metal skyrocketed. Reports suggest that only a handful of these no-mint mark variants exist, and even fewer have survived in mint state condition, untouched by circulation, scratches, or wear over the decades. A coin of this type must be nearly flawless to fetch the highest prices, and when one such coin appeared at a private European auction, collectors went wild. Bidding began at an already impressive starting price and within minutes climbed into 6 figures and then 7. Eventually the hammer dropped, and the winning bid was a jaw dropping $2.1 million, making it one of the most expensive modern-era coins ever sold from France, and this sale sent shockwaves across the numismatic community, bringing sudden attention to a coin many had never even heard of before. Collectors from around the world began scouring their drawers, safes, and forgotten boxes, hoping to discover their own no-mint mark treasure from 1976, but none came to light, proving just how rare this coin truly is. Experts say that the value of the 1976 no-mint Mark I franc coin could continue to rise, especially if it is graded at the highest level by professional services such as PCGS or NGC. A coin with perfect luster, sharp detail, and no signs of circulation could potentially become the centerpiece of a national collection or a crown jewel in a billionaire investor's private vault. It is not just a coin, it is a historical artifact, a symbol of a moment when a minor oversight created a masterpiece of rarity. Now, how can you tell if you have one of these coins? The first step is to examine the obverse and reverse carefully. Look where the mint mark would normally appear, beneath the olive branch or near the edge. If there is no letter, symbol, or mark of any kind, you might be holding on to a potential fortune. But do not rush to conclusions. Not all mint mark omissions are genuine, and professional authentication is essential to confirm the coin's legitimacy and to appraise its true value. So what does this mean for collectors, investors, and everyday people who might stumble upon a box of old coins in an attic or inherited collection? It means that hidden gems do exist in plain sight. It means that even a coin as ordinary as a 1 franc from 1976 can become $1 million story if the stars align. And it also means that coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is a world of passion, patience, and discovery, where the smallest details make the biggest difference. In closing, the tale of the 1976 no-mint Mark I franc coin is a reminder that history is not just found in books but in pockets, purses, and forgotten drawers, a symbol of a time gone by, now transformed into a beacon of value, mystery, and fascination. If you ever come across one of these coins, consider yourself incredibly lucky, and always have it evaluated by a professional who understands the true rarity and worth. Thank you for watching and joining us on this incredible journey into the world of numismatic wonders. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories about coins that changed lives. We will see you in the next video, where another hidden treasure awaits.